Hey there, Coach Ez here. Now this is going to be a really short but super valuable training that's going to help you get to your goals in the quickest amount of time possible. All right, so this training is presented by Jay Stewart, who's our head coach of the Men's Academy and also the founder of Better Body Academy. All right, so let's go.
Hey, the purpose of this video is for me to be able to help you get in the best shape of your life. Let's get stuck into it. If we don't know each other well enough, my name is Jay Stewart. I am the founder of Better Body Academy, a university qualified dietitian. I've got over 20 years in this space with over 3,000 client transformations. And my goal here is to keep this very simple and very short. So try to stay with me for around 15 minutes because I'm just like you. I'm a family man that is still a work in progress. I've got a wife, 2 kids, Ocean and Atlas, and my goal is to be the biggest and best role model I can be for them. Having refined this process of getting in incredible shape at 42 years old, all I do is teach my clients what I've learned, both from the theory and from actually doing it. So here's what you're going to learn in this short video. Why most people fail and what you should stop doing immediately so you're not wasting your time. I'm going to give you the simple strategy that I've taught to over 3,000 clients to cut fat, particularly belly fat, and help you build some muscle. And then lastly, to help you create that dream body so you feel very much like that role model to your family. Now, the reason that you're watching is because you're as busy as hell. And probably over the last 2 to 10 years, you've let yourself go a little bit. You want change, but it feels like you're struggling to make it happen. And it's not because you don't care. It's because you've got so much going on in your life. Now, you might have done a few things before that worked until you got busy, but then it just became unsustainable. And now you've realized you need some accountability. So here is a key point. You're way too busy to be wasting your time doing stuff that doesn't work or trying to figure it out. Here are the struggles. It feels like we've got zero free time. It feels like by the end of the day, we're cooked and we're confused at where to start. This puts us in a bad state emotionally and physically and mentally. And it feels like after all that we've gone through, we just have no motivation to get started. And that often leads to us leaning on things like booze to kind of wait for the weekends. And so many men think that they're broken. And that's a really lonely feeling. But I want to show you it's not. Do any of these statements resonate? Now, if they do, it's because I asked my client group, my male group directly, how they felt before they started in our academy. I'm too tired. I worked all day. I'm not cut out to be a dad. I'll start in a month when I've got more time, or I feel like I'm just wasting my life and I can't be fucked, or I'm not good enough, or I've got money, I'm happy, and kind of rationalizing it. I don't trust myself. All these are not unique to you if you're feeling any of that. So what you want is to look in the mirror and feel proud, right? That's a normal, natural, masculine thing to want. To feel self-love and a bit of accomplishment, to be able to get back into the old shirts and pants, or maybe be at the beach or the pool and not be so intimidated about taking our shirts off. Feeling like you're the one in your family that changed the way that your family thinks about their health, and to prove to yourself you can do it. But you want to do it properly, right? You still want to be able to go out and enjoy food. What's the point of having a sterile life where you do nothing but eat healthy? You want to feel in control and not have to over-obsess about it. And when it comes to your birthday, you want to have a chocolate cake and enjoy some ice cream. You don't want to have a chicken and broccoli cake. So many of these personal trainers online have just got it wrong. They're thinking that you want to be a fitness influence, but all you want to do is start feeling better. And so we enter this failure cycle over and over again where we kind of feel the pain, we get motivated to get started, so we start a new diet, we start a new workout that a mate did, we get good results for a while, then the motivation drops, and then all of a sudden life comes up and we start saying to ourselves, I don't really care anyway. And we repeat this cycle over and over again. This is where Chris was. 42 years old, sleep apnea, 100 kilos overweight, and yet within 6 months, Chris is 50 kilos or close to 110 pounds down. How does that happen? Because the same thing happened to Nick at 60 years old. This was him on his first check-in day. This is him 12 months later, 30 kilograms or around 50 pounds down. And if you're thinking, I'm too old, I got no time, I got no motivation, well, this is one of my clients, Michael. He's 81 years old. He's just lost his partner of over 50 years. And here he is on his first day showing up for himself. The facts are, the fitness industry has bloody lied to you, and that means you're doing the wrong things. We need to get it through our brains. There's a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it. And sometimes it's just these influencers that are trying to get eyeballs on their page. I'm going to tell you that random Instagram workouts, diet that makes you really hungry and leaves out specific food groups, shakes and pills like Ozempic, pricey supplements lists like branched chain amino acids and prerequisite power. It's too much stuff and it's not necessary. And you know the biggest wrong thing I'm going to tell you is all of this focus on exercise, because you've got a limited amount of time. And when we actually look at the calories going in and the calories going out, if you're eating a crap ton of garbage, you're never going to win. But on the other side, on the calorie burn side, you can see here that exercise is only a tiny fraction of the calories that we burn in a day. In fact, we burn more calories digesting food than we do through exercise. And our metabolism takes care of over half of the calories that we burn in a day. Yet, you're told to spend all this time on exercise? It doesn't make any sense. This is me at 30 versus me at 42. No steroids, no testosterone, no cardio, no strict diets, yet I'm down under 10% body fat, strong as I've ever been, lots of energy and a strong metabolism, and it's because I've focused on these three things which are the blueprint to change. Number 1, your nutrition. Number 2, your metabolism. And number 3, an active lifestyle. So let's go through them each individually. Number 1, this is what you've got to do in terms of fixing your nutrition. Number 1, you need to get into a calorie deficit. This just means burning fat. That doesn't mean that you need to starve yourself. If you're hungry all the time and you've tried that, you know that it doesn't last. We need to be eating more real foods and less processed foods. It's pretty simple. What's changed most over the last 20 to 30 years in the world is the amount of crap that's available. And you feed yourself with that, you turn into that. And you include indulgences like ice cream and chocolate bickies, alcohol. You include them as indulgences like you would a budget of any kind. You don't avoid those foods altogether and sterilize your life. Here's an example of foods from our meal plan. And here's an example of one of our clients, Kevin. Literally lost 30 kilograms in 12 months. Look at the change to his belly by eating the foods that he loves. You can eat anything you want. It just needs to fit into the budget. There's no rigid plan needed like keto or carnivore, these ridiculous diets that you see on Instagram. My goal is to have you feeling full all the time and guaranteeing you fat loss. Like Daniel here. Look at the change that's happened to him in 12 months. 30 kilograms down. It's incredible. This is the reason that most trainers get bad results, because they have no idea about nutrition. As a university qualified dietitian, I can tell you it's the most important thing. Now let's talk about next this metabolism thing. So many people don't understand metabolism because these trainers complicate it. I'm going to make it very, very simple. Which of these two vehicles, a big truck or a lawnmower, burns more petrol? Well, I can tell you straight up, if you have a big engine, you burn more petrol. That means you've got a bigger metabolism. The problem is, as we get older, our metabolism slows down. You remember when you were 21, maybe a teenager, you could get away with a lot more? That's because you had a stronger metabolism. By the time you're 30, 40, 50 and beyond, that means that you're burning less petrol. And if you don't do something about it, that's why you stack on the weight and that's why it gets worse. So let's keep metabolism simple. Here is what happens when your metabolism goes down. It's because you're stressing out like crazy. You're probably not sleeping a lot. You're losing muscle mass and your testosterone is going down. You're doing the wrong type of training, probably lots of cardio, and you're eating too little. When you increase your metabolism, like I've found out as a 42-year-old man that can eat whatever I want, is it comes from building muscle and building your testosterone up, eating better and sleeping enough, trying to block out all the stress in our life and have a more balanced lifestyle. Here's an example, Clint. Clint come to me, he's a business owner, stressed to pieces at 42 years old, doing lots of cardio and having no muscle mass, feeling like a failure. We got him doing weights 2 to 4 hours a week, focusing on building muscle, not burning calories, and look at him now. He looks better, he burns more fat, and he's got way more energy for his young kiddo. This is Troy's change. He's just been through our academy over the last year with his wife, gone from being told by his doctor he has 8 to 10 years left to coming off all medication and sleep apnea, and look at him now. It's completely different. So the final part of the puzzle that we need to think about after nutrition and metabolism is getting a more active lifestyle. I do not want you doing loads of cardio. For example, if you go on a 30-minute run, you'll burn about 300 calories in 30 minutes. Yet you can eat a Big Mac in 2 minutes and take in 600 calories. It doesn't make sense. And if you're overweight, it's dangerous to be trying to run all the time, falling on your ankles, falling on your knees, your hips. You're going to end up in a worse position and it's not sustainable to keep running and doing more and more cardio. Plus the rest of the day, you're going to be tired, so you won't be able to do anything, and you'll be hungry, so you'll eat more. Our goal when it comes to having an active lifestyle is that it supports our metabolism and our nutrition. We just want to think about being more active, not burning more calories at all costs. And when we do that, someone like John, who's lost 30 kilograms, their life completely changes. Or Steve, that's lost 15 kilograms, it's the exact same picture you're going to see over and over again. A simple, simple plan. So let's summarize the game plan for getting the body of your dreams. Focus on your food, small calorie deficit. We want probably an 80 to 20 ratio of good to bad food. We need to hit our protein target. That's incredibly important, and I'll teach you how to do that. Number 2, we need to boost our metabolism. So we go from the lawnmower to the Big Mac truck again. Strength training, a couple of hours a week, and making sure we sleep enough. And then finally, just having an active lifestyle, taking the stairs, walking a bit more, moving more. The question is, how do you stick to this? Because it's all good to know about it, but how do you stick to it? Well, you've got to track your data. You've got to look at what's happening to your weight and your waist circumference. You've got to take photos to see if what you're doing is working. You need to be in the company of the right people. People who understand it's about changing our mindset and not playing these dumb short-term games that people play over and over again. And you need accountability so you don't quit, because guess what? It's going to be bumpy, and anyone that tells you anything otherwise is kidding themselves. It's going to take messy action, not perfect action. And there's good and bad news about that. Just because you know this, it doesn't mean that you do it. And this is why having a cookie cutter approach doesn't work. You know, when we talk about making it happen, there's 2 parts. Having a simple plan so you actually start, and number 2, having a plan to keep going so you actually last. And it's crazy to me that people will have a car breakdown and go to a mechanic, break their leg and go to a doctor, yet they'll be out of shape, which is killing their mind, killing their life, and they'll just try to fix it themselves. I'm telling you up front, there's no magic pill, but 2/3 of the world is overweight. Do you think that's a problem? And what about in your life? Do you care? How does it impact you? Look, there's no quick fixes, but getting lean and staying in incredible shape, the best shape of your life, is actually really, really simple if you can block out all the garbage noise and just do what works. And there's 2 options of how you do that. Of course, you can do it yourself. That's going to be high risk because it's going to take the longest amount of time with lots of guessing. Sure, it's going to be cheap, doesn't cost you anything, but think about what it costs you long term to be suffering for years and years trying to figure it out, getting more and more frustrated at the cost of your own mental health. If you do it with Better Body Academy, it's low risk. It's going to take us a short time, and we give you an actual plan. We get a commitment in place, which is, yeah, sure, it's going to scare you a little bit, but it's a permanent fix, I'll guarantee it. think about what cost actually means. What is it costing you if it's not costing you money? Costing you a lot. Take an option 2. Look at this. I could show you another 1,000 of these transformations. So after we speak, if it's a good fit and you're ready to get to work, we're going to get the ball rolling. We're going to get you a meal plan and teach you how to obey this flexible dieting idea. We're going to build you a custom workout program, whether that's at home or in a gym, I don't care. We're going to give you 24-hour access to our coaching team, weekly check-ins, our custom phone app, weekly Zoom calls, live trainings, and the best community you'll ever be in. Here's an example of the types of foods that are on our meal plan and our app in progress showing you videos of how to do everything that you would ever need. This can be a line in the sand moment for you. This is a recent call that we took with a bunch of our boys, checking in and building accountability around them. I think it's time to get excited because there's a moment here where you can make this the time that you say, you know what, I'm sick of guessing, I'm gonna make this work. I hope it helped. And if you have a call booked, amazing. My goal is to help you become the man that looks in the mirror and feels proud as hell as what he's achieved. And if you'd like to chat because you don't have a call booked, then send me a message on socials and we can get through it. But I do hope that this video went away to simplifying it down to those 3 or 4 things that we need to do so that you can block out the noise and get back to being in the best shape of your life. Peace and thanks for watching.